Hi, welcome to this week's Index Meets. I'm really excited and delighted to have Dr. Virna Ramazzini with us today. Virna is the Global Client Relationship Officer for KCA International Designers. She's had a great career working across major hospitality brands across the world. She's done some big projects such as helping bring Paramount to the Middle East, a huge 40-kilometre city and beach development in South Africa. She has worked across great brands such as Accor Hotels and Four Seasons. So really delighted to find out a little bit more about you today, Virna. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me. Very exciting.
Great. So let's kick off. So tell us, how did you get into the industry?
It has been not a direct road arriving to the design industry. Because of my family, I grew up in construction. My father had a construction company. Okay. And as we always do, opposite of what the family wants, yeah. I started my academic studies. So I was thinking when I was very young to become a professor, and I took up medieval history and languages. And I finished with a PhD, and then I understood that perhaps that academic career was too far away for what I really like. I like people and activity and movement. And so I had an opportunity to leave Italy and go to Paris. Since the age of 7, I've been studying French, so it was a kind of a dream. And so I embarked in a new path, and I started with Disneyland Paris in hospitality, and that's where I started with hospitality and development as well, because it was the opening, and luxury, because I was involved with luxury hotels. Mm-hmm. So it became really, the passion grew. I moved to other largest chain, and in 2000, the hospitality operation brought me to Middle East. And after a couple of years here in hospitality management, Accor called me back. They had a large development, which was the World Trade Center. And it was not immediately managing an operation, but it happened, my appointment happened a year before the opening. And so I had the chance for the first time to work with the interior designers, with the architects, with the project managers, with deadlines, and I really enjoyed that. I continued for several years with Accor, but then as the chance came, it was the big boom in Dubai. Mm-hmm. I left the operation to go into development. Mm-hmm. And it has been like 7 years in development, which were very, very interesting because I was based in Dubai, but we were looking at development all over Africa, Southern Europe, and you name it. I worked both in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi. And then, as today we have the pandemic, 2008 came. And we launched a fantastic project, but then, things changed in the industry completely. And I had a chance to move into the consultancy industry. So I helped banks, owners with their assets. What are we going to do with that asset? Are we going to sell? Are we going to keep? Are we going to renegotiate with the brands? So this gave me another exposure. So from operation to development to more the legal side of things and the money side of things, should we dispose of these assets? And then finally, I had the chance. I thought, this world was a little bit dry. I missed really the artistic side of business. Yeah. And one day I received a call from a global design house for a role in Middle East, more related to business development and to clients, which is what I like most. I like human relations, so that's and so I explored. I learned a lot through this company. I had the chance to move to another larger company, one of the global biggest multi-practice design firms with offices all over the world. So I was exposed not just to interior design, but to the consulting, the architecture, the master plan, and I saw the full circle of a development, basically. And last year, I felt that these mega company, they were not really so human. I miss the direct and human touch. And I had the chance I met through friends Huan Chu, and she is a very inspirational woman, and she has been doing great for 30 years. And we sat down, we liked each other, we have a lot of things in common, the love of art, music, opera, and I'm helping her, the CEO of the organization, to navigate the next maybe 30 years in operation. And it's very exciting because it's a global role, and it's not just Middle East and Africa, which were somehow my territories before, but I'm looking at China. We have an office in Hong Kong, Europe, London, and sky's the limit. The operation is a middle-sized operation, so we can really go a little bit everywhere, and we focus in what I like, which is luxury and interiors.
Amazing. Well, what a fantastic career so far. Very exciting for the next chapter. So, Virna, you've obviously worked on some amazing projects, but what is the most challenging project you've ever worked on? And then what were the results of that?
As you said, yeah, there were many projects, and all of them, they have some aspects which are never straightforward. I cannot name a project which was simple. Either it was in the beginning, or during the course of the delivery, or in the end. There are always glitches, and that is interesting in this industry, because I work with designers, with architects, with clients, with several stakes, and each one is working as a team to really get over these challenges, and each time is a new approach, very creative. But I mean, there is a special project which is very close to my heart. Unfortunately, it's not yet built.
Okay.
But it's a project that made me, I have to say, in terms of clients and negotiation, make me suffer a lot, and I was not confident that we would sign. So it was the Four Seasons, the interior design of the Four Seasons and residences at the Jeddah Kingdom Tower, that when it was launched, the tallest tower in the world. And I think that up to date is still, in the books as announced the tallest tower in the world.
Yeah.
So the negotiation went on and on, I think for a year. And we had to redo proposals, and each time there were new things. I was coordinating that time with the company I was working with one of the principals in London, so we were constantly on the phone and follow up. And when we lost any hope completely, it was June. Actually, it was right before the Ramadan. We received a call, and they said, well, bring all your presentation. We did a kind of a pre-concept, and in 3 days you all have to be here in Jeddah. So here we arrive in Jeddah. The first day of Ramadan. Ramadan started, but we had a meeting in the morning. So we arrived, we don't really know who's in the meeting. I was with the principal and another assistant, and we arrived very simple, very humble. It was not the full shebang. We had a few boards, and the boards got also a bit damaged in the transportation. So we were all setting up the boards and trying to be prepared. And then finally 20 people arrived, and 2 or 3 sheikhs, because there were several partners. But well, the presentation went very well. It was quite interactive. But in the middle of the presentation, one of the sheikh, one of the main decision maker, didn't like the scheme of colors at all. So they gave us 45 minutes to redo completely all the scheme. So we did virtually in front of them the skill. We had a box full of fabrics, material, and then it went super well, and we got the project, right?
Amazing.
And I think the lesson that I learned is that, first of all, it doesn't matter how long you have prepared for something, you're never prepared. So you have really to have plan A, plan B, plan C. And secondly, you have to be very honest and be yourself and very natural with people. And sometimes don't pretend, but also be assertive, and try different ways. Maybe you never did this before, but the time it works. So there is no Bible for success. You have to be yourself, I think. So that was a great learning, and I always remember that, how it went.
That's an amazing story. Well, some great wise words at the end. So what inspires you?
There are, in terms of what inspires me, definitely art. All forms of art inspires me. I mean, I was born in Italy in a very, very old medieval city. I've been, since my early days, surrounded by art. So this is somehow in the DNA, even if I'm not an artist, but I really appreciate and I learned a lot from art. And the second and most important thing is people, and especially more mature people. I was lucky enough to be exposed to very interesting older people, older than me, and they take the time to tell the storytelling of their life, of the lessons that they learn. And I talk a lot as part of my job and of my personality. So this also pushes me to focus on listening and learning. So this is, for me, very inspirational, and great people with careers like, recently Huan Chu. Each time I speak with her, I learn something new, and she's a very simple person, very humble, but so much to give, and really listening and focusing on what people have to say, for me, is very inspirational.
Okay, well, as going on from there then, who would be your 3 ideal dinner guests? They can be fiction.
Oh wow!
The sea.
Oh wow! It's not this. I like this question because in fact, I love cooking, and I often.
You're Italian.
Not now. These days we do it via Zoom or other virtual ways, but I always have at least once a month 15 or 16 people, and we do nice dinners at home, because we found it that it's something that in a restaurant cannot be reproduced. Even if I love restaurants, don't take me wrong. So whom I will invite? I'll invite, I think I keep it very Italian and very art oriented. There are some people that I really would have liked to meet, and they are no longer here. So they are people of the past. I love opera, and I come from the region of Giuseppe Verdi, so I think I would invite him. Mm-hmm. The second person I would invite is a woman, and she has been very, very important in bringing our lifestyle, Italian lifestyle, culture, cuisine, you name it, to France and to the world, and is Caterina de' Medici, who went to France and brought many, many good things to them, and they were, brought all over. And the third one is a 360-degree artist / inventor / scientist, and there are so many mysteries yet today related to what he did. So I like to have him face to face, and so he's Leonardo da Vinci. And I think that these 3 people will also have a very interesting conversation where I could learn so many things. So that would be my table.
I would love to listen to that conversation. And so Virna, what are you going to cook these guys that's going to really
wow, here
make
is
sure that
this is this is a big responsibility, but definitely I would cook something Italian, something that I like, something that reminds me of my roots. I come from Mantova, which is a city in Lombardy, very, very ancient. And when Marie Therese of Austria invaded us, she brought a lot of sweet and sour elements to the cuisine. Okay. So one of our recipe is the pumpkin risotto. So I will cook that. And then definitely, because everybody, when they come to my house, they don't care about meat. They don't care about cakes. They want to eat pasta. They want to eat this type of. So I have to have a pasta dish, and the pasta dish will be, I mean, everybody's asking me about this when they come back to my house. So it will be lasagna with very slow cooked homemade ragu. So yeah, I think I will focus on these two dishes.
That sounds delicious. I would like to come to that, please.
Yeah, good. We'll invite you.
I'd love to be there. Thank you. I can't wait. So my last question: what does interior design mean to you?
I think that interior design to me, and not just to me, it's a way of living. And why is a way of living? You know, one of the primary needs of us, humanity, is the need of a shelter. You know, and I think interior design complements, and it's very, very, even if it's not a primary need, but it's very strongly related to that need. And I think after these weeks and months of lockdown, more than ever, we feel how important our environment, indoors, outdoors as well, but indoors it is, you know. And, you know, it's not just a place which makes you feel. Interior design helps an environment to be comfortable, to be safe today, to be also inspirational. You know, people, they have to feel good in a place and have a sense of place, a place which talks about them, or talks about, I don't know, the company they represent, or the city they are in. And I think very important, I am in human relation, and I am dealing with people all the time.
Yeah.
You know, interior design in terms of a space promotes or destroys human relations. So for me is very, very important, and it's not just about let's be glamorous, let's have something luxury, but it's really also the functionality, and that's why I think it's really a part of our way of living, and that is what it is for me, at least. Yeah,
I love that. Interior design, it's a way of living. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Virna, for your time today on Index Meets. I really enjoyed that. I can't wait to come over for dinner. And
we will make sure we prepare soon.
Absolutely, I'm going to be there. Thank you again, and looking forward to seeing you very soon.
Absolutely, and good luck. Thank you for this interesting opportunity to connect with all our communities outside. Since we don't see each other physically, at least we see each other virtually. I'm thinking about all of them, the one that I know and the one that I don't know, and I hope to meet all of them soon outside.
Absolutely, that's it. Soon we can all be together and be at events and spend time together and connect. So I'm really looking forward to that too.
Absolutely.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.